Hello everybody, this is a video about a very unique time period in my soul's development and actually my life. This happened to me I'd say about almost 2 months ago. And pretty much, in a nutshell, I got kicked out of heaven. Um, the purpose of this video, or the lesson, something that I want you to walk away with is just because you get kicked out of heaven doesn't mean you go to hell. Just because you lose something or something disappoints you or is not what you expected it to be doesn't mean that you have to necessarily come out, you know, short-handed or at the short end of the stick, as they say. So, anyways, as part of my soul's development, I actually got kicked out of heaven, and while it was happening, I didn't know that it was gonna happen. I just wasn't expecting it to happen in the way that it happened. I was sitting in the park one day with a friend, and I was talking about duality and how duality is used to harvest people's energy alchemically. And I was talking about the duality that is spread and talked about through New Age and religion. So, in my opinion, in my perspective, New Age and religion are basically the same thing, but they're portrayed as two different things so that both forces or both groups of people can basically be separate from one another, and also those trying to escape religious clutches or religious harvesting of energy, they can fall within the New Age trap, so that their energy, they can feel like they've escaped religion, but still have their energy harvested by the same people that are running these religious systems. And I brought up Doreen Virtue as an example of someone who is definitely, I feel, probably behind the scenes involved with religion. In fact, she's open about it now. She's definitely, in the beginning, a major New Age icon, pioneer, and as of recent, she's been baptized. And I think she's like under some denomination of Christianity. But I was using that example as you create this following of New Agers and you pull them away from religion. You use your charisma, you use your influence, and then towards the end of your career, when you have all these people following you and loyal to you, you switch back to religion. You switch back to Christianity, and then you have these people go right back to you, follow you right back into the religion, and then they're in this cycle. They're back in this situation of being, used, for their energy, to have their energy harvested. Um, and and there's no ground covered. There's no real new age. There's nothing new brought out. It's just the same thing. But anyways, that's the point of this video. That was my criticism. I don't know. I don't care. I'm not going to talk about it, even in the comment section. I'm not here to debate that. But while I was attempting to even, talk about this, I'll just say, a spiritual being in the likeness or the personification of Doreen Virtue started to put an energy bind on me. Now, I say that as a disclaimer because, I mean, I was wondering, is this like fucking like my holographic projector? Am I like summoning this or whatnot? But it turns out that like I think we had like 40 spirits, not spirits, but like human beings in astral form come to the park, and they just started, they weren't like hurting or anything, but they were, trying to put energy binds on me. And my first response, being an angel, typically when I go into battle is I call for help. I call for guardians. I call for my guards. I, I tried calling for my guards. They started attacking me. They started attacking me. I was really, really shocked. I mean, my most loyal guards were attacking me. The only one that wasn't attacking me was like my twin. She wasn't attacking me. In astral form. Another thing, I called Elohim. I called Archangel Michael. They were like, they didn't start attacking me, but they weren't siding with me. They were siding with Doreen Virtue. They were siding with this entity, you know. And honestly, I really, to this day, if I was a betting man, I would say it was Doreen Virtue or some personification or part of her soul or her doing, because who else would have that kind of influence in heaven? I mean, I've got some influence in heaven. I've got some decent. I'm a young soul. I'm not like, I haven't been around that long. I haven't been like up there for a long time, but you know, I've got some influence. Like, you know, so for but I definitely don't have as much influence as like Doreen Virtue. I really, really, really don't. And so in that situation, I was forced to leave heaven. I was forced to leave my beloved kingdom and to ascend to a higher level. Um, Weeks, no, I would say months before I ascended to this higher level, um, I was actually beginning a process of ascension that was beyond archangel form, my archangel form. And I was terrified of it. I was only able to use maybe a sixth of the power um, that I was using, and I felt like my spiritual atmosphere was like, when I would use this power, when I was moving into it and transcending, like through the process, like I felt like I looked like Freddy Krueger. Like I was so like messed up. Like it it was a brutal process, and so I was so afraid of my strength, so afraid of like what I was becoming, like the the power of myself, that I stopped ascending. I said, all right, I'll just use a sixth of this power, then use my archangel power and my Sarian power, and just keep doing my job on Earth and other dimensions and so on and so forth. And I guess that wasn't the plan. And so, yeah, through this experience, I became what's called an Elo, or Elo consciousness. That's what I call it. And instead of, I went beyond being, Archangel Egiel, which is how you say it in Gregorian, Egiel. Uh, in California, you say Egiel. But I went from Archangel Egiel to Elohits, which is a much more masterful, stronger, powerful energy. And I might be doing some videos sharing that kind of power with um, anyone watching. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. It's I don't know how I feel about sharing this, but I know eventually I'm gonna have to um, be more open about these types of things. But in a nutshell, that's basically uh, what happened. Just pissed off the wrong lady now. I don't know if like it was divine or if it was just like part of my soul's development. It doesn't feel like it. I don't feel like Doreen Virtue was behind the scenes looking out for me and fostering my soul. Nor do I feel that I don't feel that way about Elohim or about like any of these outside entities. I truly feel like I was by myself, so to speak, and I was lucky enough to have my friend who's very, very much more has a very stronger, much stronger, more older soul backing me up, and also had my twin backing me up. But oh yeah, that's right. Even my parents, even my parents turned against me. Even my parents, not my human parents, but the ones that gave birth to my soul, they turned against me. It was like I tried to call on their help, and it was like, no. Um, but anyway, when you're in those like in that kind of situation where like something comes along and you're comfortable and like basically like it's a classic lesson, but it's a good lesson. It's something to keep in mind when you have like when you're an adept. Always be prepared for some motherfucker to come around and just like smash all your fucking eggs in your basket. Always be fucking prepared for that shit. Don't get sad, don't boo-hoo, don't cry, just always like be fluid because you never fucking know. You never know what what's gonna happen to you, what you're gonna lose, and when you lose something, always use it as an opportunity. You use it, make it your opportunity. Simple. Make it your opportunity to ascend, to become better. Um, so it doesn't even literally have to be the literal heaven that you get kicked out of. Like your heaven right now could be something that you're comfortable with. Being in your own home, having running water, showering. Like, what if one day you come home and that shit's on fire and you can't come home? You can't go into your house. What kind of heaven or what kind of ascension are you going to make for yourself when you lose, say, your job? If you lose your job, or you lose your house, or whatever, or you lose your car. That's being a good alchemist. It's being a great alchemist. That's fundamental to alchemy. Transmuting a situation into your favor. Um, what else? What else? What else? What else? I guess that's it. Um, Nothing else really comes to mind. I guess just always think about that. When something happens to you, you know, it doesn't matter how surprising or shocking the situation is. Like, always make it into your favor. Always make the situation. Always, you're always open to make something an opportunity. 100% of the time. It doesn't matter what you're going through. Yeah, that's it. Have a good day.